Welcome. Scott here. I will be covering on upcoming Heretics, Feast of Frog, which will features Arciela from Final Fantasy XI and Kain from Final Fantasy IV. The event synergy units are Arciela, Vaan, Fang, Kain, Yang and Paine. Arciela FR and BT will be making their debut. Both Arciela and Kain will be getting their reworks and FR boards. All featured units will be getting their force enhancements level 50 unlocked. We will be fighting 2 Scale Toad, which has 300 million HP each. The turn requirement is 40. The HP requirements is 3000. Before I continue further, here is a small disclaimer clause for the video. The guide is written based on the time that the event was released for the Japanese version. Please do note that it is possible that the boss fight mechanics might differ when the actual event is released in global. Like most other Shinryu fights, the boss gains increased brave damage and gain resistances at start of the fight and 79% HP threshold. Bringing a support like Lunafreya, Arciela, Charlotta, Aerith, Ramza, Yuna, Ignis, Pernello, Queen, Rosa, Deuce, Leonora, Sarah, or Selpha that grants damage boosting aura will make your fight easier. As the boss gains substantial boost to their defenses with the auras, it is important to inflict debuffs that lower their defenses. On the screen I have listed down the key utility that you can consider when forming your party for this fight. We are back to having fights with limited mechanics. Both frog bosses have basic rotation of breath and a generic brave attack. The key point to take note of this fight is the post-turn brave regen, which means if you do not control its brave well or disable the boss turns, it is most likely the boss could do a HP attack. With the boss force time is active, the boss attacks will switch to use pressure ++, which is a double guaranteed hit, AoE brave plus HP attack which ignores both brave and HP nullification. To prevent this, you can either disable their turns or freeze their brave. To cancel the boss force time, you need to use a non-attacking FR. To date there are only 4 FR echoes that meet these requirements: Arciela, Aerith, Pernello, and Minwoo. If you have means to shut down the boss, denying turns or controlling their brave, you should not have any difficulty in handling this fight. You can also do the standard rush down team comp of launch, delay, and follow-up attacks. You can also cheese the fight with the infamous ult Quina or Idaroth combo. It is also worth noting that this fight features Crystal Sparkles time-limited mission which will get you additional 750 Crystal Sparkles with a crystal color-based team comp. For example, if you finish the fight with White Crystal Party involving Arciela or Black Crystal Party involving Kain, you can meet the Crystal Sparkles time-limited mission. As we are no longer have Lufania Plus fights, the boss guide will be focused primarily on Shinryu fights. In Shinryu, you need to understand the effects gained by the boss as the force gauge build up, its force ability and its force time effect. If you don't bring any force chargers, it is highly certain that the boss force gauge will build up faster than yours. To have a better understanding on the basics of the force gauge mechanics and Shinryu fights, I have done a video explaining the mechanics. I have included the link to the video under the comments and video description for your quick reference. Throughout the fight, the boss will also gain 4% charge rate up when your party members act. The boss also gains a post-turn brave regen that equates to 150% initial brave. As the name suggests, it means the boss will get brave regen after its turn end. The boss force gauge will build up faster as its HP is lowered. You can refer to the table on the screen for the percentages. At the 100% threshold, the main boss will use its force ability, Pressure Plus. The boss force ability, Pressure Plus will result the boss to reset its break status, followed by an AoE Brave plus HP attack and ends its with a Brave gain that equates to 100% of max Brave. The attack will result the boss gaining 3 buffs, 100% Brave damage resistance, 50% defense up, and 50% speed up. All the buffs last for 10 turns. Upon using the force ability, the boss will enter into its force time where the gauge will start to emit a red hue with a counter of 10 on its gauge. When the force time is activated, the boss set its moveset to Pressure plus plus. Pressure plus plus is a double guaranteed hit, AoE Brave plus HP attack that bypass any HP or Brave damage nullification effects. To handle this mechanic, you need to control their Brave, cancel the force time or disable their turns to let their force time lapse. To cancel the boss force time, you need to deal its force weakness, which is using a non-attacking FR. Examples of FR that meet the conditions is Arciela, Aerith, Pernello and Minwoo. Please do note that Pernello or Minwoo doesn't have FR echo, so if you intend to use them, they need to be used as the main FR phase. Now let us go through the fight key mechanics. The boss has two basic attacks and rotate between the two attacks, Brave Attack Plus and Breath Plus. Brave Attack Plus is a single target melee Brave Attack and Breath Plus is an AoE magic Brave. Due to the post-turn Brave Regen effect, your party could face an onslaught of HP attacks. To handle this, you can either control their Brave with BT effects like Iris or Sephiroth, freeze debuffs such as Setzer Freeze Joker, Kater LD, or Arciela LD debuff. You can also opt to deny the boss turns with Turn Disablers and turn these frogs into punching bags. Turn Disablers includes Shantado, Papalymo, Camlanod, Aldnark, Selhdeus, or Fuso Yat. For HP silence mechanics such Arciela or Paine's Mute Wing, you need to have the boss try to initiate a HP attack. As the boss force ability could gain buffs, you can use Dispellers to dispel those buff or use buff negation utility. As the boss does not have any warp mechanics, you also can easily win this fight with the rush down team comp that involve launch, delay, and follow-up attacks. With the boss mechanics covered, let us proceed with the FRBT review of the featured units. Before I end the guide, let us start off with the returning Dragoon, Kain. Our first FR unit, Kain, has gotten a decent upgrade. He got more HP dumps and strong potencies. Kain's FR is an instant turn, ranged Brave plus HP attack. When attacking broken target or inflicting break, your party will get 50% HP damage up and 50% max Brave cap up. His force conditions are: 1. Use a ranged ability will get you 5% HP damage bonus. This also applies to off-turn damage like Noctis, Freya, or Cisneai's follow-up. Any Kain's ability or Lancet will get you 20% HP damage bonus. While in Kain is in mid-air, you will have 20% HP damage bonus per turn. 2. Launching an enemy will get 5% HP damage bonus. Kain can launch targets with his EX. 3. Inflict a break or attacking broken targets will get 50% HP damage bonus. With Kain firing Lancet in the background, it will be relatively easy to meet this condition unless the boss are immune to break or Brave floor mechanics. With his FR boards, his FR has become one of the best ranged-based FR. The FR is also very valuable, being an instant turn FR, which means you can increase your force time fast. Let me cover a bit on his BT aura. The BT aura lasts 8 turns. Like most BT auras, it will grant some standard party auras. It will raise the party Brave damage plus 50%, Brave damage cap plus 50%, and max Brave cap by 30%, HP damage up by 20%, stolen max Brave overflow plus 40% and gained max Brave overflow by 40%. Kain will get an additional 20% max BRV cap up. So, is Kain a worthwhile investment? If you need a follow-up attacker, Kain is one of best units in the game for the role. His FR upgrades has become very good that it can be used as a main FR phase. When Kain activates his double jump, he can dodge all attacks by staying in mid-air. You can use a lock call to abuse it. Do not be surprised that Kain can solo a Crystal Quest Shinryu fight. Now let us cover the other featured FR unit, Arciela. Arciela has one of the most versatile kits in the game. She can dispel with her S1, stun lock bosses with her HP silence mechanics under her S2, prevent boss Brave gains with her LD debuffs and burst heal with her EX. Her rework upgrades her potencies and more HP dumps. Her HP silence becomes framed as well. Her FR is a non-attacking FR. Upon activating it, it will heal the party HP by 80% of their max HP. It will also increase Brave for the party that scales off 600% of Arciela's attack stats. Now let us briefly go through her force condition. 1. If the enemy has no buffs, you will get 40% HP damage bonus. If the boss gains buffs, you can dispel them with Arciela S1. You can also prevent buffs using buff negation such Aerith LD or buff negation BT like Ash or Vincent. Arciela BT also prevent boss from gaining buffs. 2. If the enemy has debuffs, you will get 40% HP damage bonus. Arciela can apply debuffs with her S2 or LD. Her BT aura prevent her debuff duration from downticking. In general, non-attacking FR are very valuable for FR Echo. As a main FR, Arciela FR offers one of the game's most generic force time condition. You can abuse supercharging strategy for 130% per turn. Her BT is an AoE magic Brave plus HP attack. The BT aura lasts for 6 turns. Like most BT auras, it will grant some standard party auras. It will raise the party Brave damage plus 50%, Brave damage cap plus 50%, HP damage up 20%, and max Brave cap by 30%. While her BT aura is active, the boss cannot gain buffs and debuffs applied by Arciela won't downtick. The party will also deal HP damage up based on the number of debuffs. You will get 2% HP damage up per debuff up to 16% HP damage bonus for each enemy. If you are lacking a shutdown unit, Arciela is a valuable unit. She also provides a lot of utility throughout her kit: stun lock with her framed HP silence, AoE full dispel with her S1, burst healing with her FR and EX, Brave control with her LD. She has definitely become one of the best supports in the game. With this, I have come to the end of my boss guide presentation. Hopefully you find it useful. If you like the video, please give a like. Please subscribe to my channel for future gaming content. Good luck for the fight in the coming days. Bye.